Well, hey everybody, I'm the Crockett Cooner, and this is the Crockett Coonhound Show, and you've made it to Fireside Chats with the Cooner. I finally got a second, guys, to make us another video. It is February the 13th, 2024, and decided to get out tonight and make another video. Now, for folks that are new here at the Crockett Coonhound Show, we talk about everything outdoors. And for the guys that are following us, I've got a video that you guys at home have been waiting to hear about, because we've had numerous people ask us at different platforms throughout the internet, who makes the grill grate that you do in fact see in our videos. And I'm going to tell you guys about this because it's one of the best ones we've ever had. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, guys, you know, we don't want it to sound like a promotional spiel, because Lodge does in fact not support us. They don't. We're not paid by them or anything. But, you know, Lodge company that makes cast iron, they did in fact make our grill grate that you guys see on the video. I'm going to insert you a good daytime picture right there so you can kind of see it a little bit. You know, Scooter actually picked that up over at South Pittsburgh, Tennessee, when he was out doing some stuff here for the show and doing a few other things that we do on the internet. He was going around, went to the Lodge company, or a store that they had there, picked it up, brought it to me and said, hey, you can use this on Fireside Chats and while y'all camp. And I said, sounds like a plan to me. And guys, I've used a lot of different cooking grill grates, but I do in fact like this one by Lodge. Now I'm going to tell you guys why, and I'm going to tell you what Scooter and myself found out about it, because we've used it at family events and other things. One thing that we like about it, and I'm going to put the picture back up here, you see that outside ring around the grill grate. I'm telling you guys at home, that is worth its weight in gold, because when you have the grate attached to it, because you know it is a tripod, the legs do in fact unscrew and come down. That way, if you want to get it way further up in the air or down closer to the fire, that way, by using the legs, you can do it. The way it's designed, the metal goes up, they circle with each other, make kind of a big D shape. You can see it there at the top in some of the pictures. That works really good. It works really great out here at the fire pit, but on the trail, now that picture right there, for those of you that follow us, you do know my son is in the Scouts, and we do a lot with scouting and things, and we've used it to cook on quite a few times, and it does a really great job. And I'm going to tell you why, and why that ring is worth its weight in gold. If you guys at home are looking into buying something like an outside grill grate where you can cook over an open fire, you're planning on going hunting, you know, most of the time if you go and you buy one, the area, first of all, the cooking surface area is very small. You can't get a lot of food on it at one time. Now, the one from Lodge Logic actually does have a much bigger grate. I believe it's close to 2 feet across. I've done some things on it before during the daytime. I know a lot of you guys follow us over on Facebook and stuff, and I've showed it out there, putting it together and everything. But that outside ring on the grate, guys, is the way to go. And I'm sure there's going to be some other companies that Scooter and myself don't know about yet that does in fact have a grill grate with that ring, because when you hang it up on its chain, you also have the ability to adjust the chain at the top to get the grate closer to the food. But what happens is if you put 10 hamburgers on one side and then on the other side you put the good old coffee pot, when you pick the coffee pot up, the weight will shift. And if you have something on there like hot dogs and you lay them crossways across your grill grate, they will in fact roll off into the fire with cheaper grill grates. And that is why we do in fact like our Lodge tripod camp grill cooker. Now, it does a really good job, but also you have the ability, if you guys can see it there, I know it's kind of difficult, but as it comes up, you do in fact have the snap ring there. You can take the grate off, and you can also cook with Dutch ovens and things. Now, I have a ton of videos talking about refurbishing cast iron, how it's good to cook over an open fire. And there's just nothing better than a big thing of beans cooking out over an open fire, really slow, kind of all day long in a Dutch oven. And the next thing you know, you get a bite when you get back into camp, and it sure is good. Or, homemade stew there on the trail. It's good, especially if you're cooking out in cold weather and things. But myself, you guys know I'm an avid coffee drinker. Just about every time you see me, I have it. And we're out here by the fire talking and things. One thing that I do love is sometimes, like I mentioned, the outside ring there, if you do put the cast iron up there, say it's a smaller piece of cast iron or a coffee pot, and you do this a different way, say instead of having hamburgers on one side, you have, like, I don't know, a big, huge, Boston butt type of meat out there cooking. If you raise it up, the grate will shift the other way, and with cheaper grates, it will in fact slide your pans and things off into the fire. Now, we've had those. But there's some other products and things. Scooter and myself have been to quite a few different events, talked to a lot of folks that love cooking out on an open fire. Now, we did meet a gentleman. I'm going to show you guys another picture. A fellow at Davy Crockett Days that had this complete setup right here. Now, he did in fact tell Scooter and myself that he had had that custom made, but I've got to admit, guys, it was really nice. I've seen them, like a lot of you, on the side where you can in fact raise the grill up and down. It's on a system of like pulleys with wires and things, and a lot of folks will take stuff like that with them camping. But one thing that I love about our lodge is that it comes with like a small zip up bag. It's nothing to throw it in the back of the car, especially for scouts or if we're going to go out and camp and hunt or just go camping. It's really easy to assemble and disassemble. The legs of it, I was really impressed. Now, we've used it for, I'm going to call it about 2 years now since Scooter got it, and the threads of it are still good. They unscrew pretty easy once you screw them together, and they've set out there through the hot, through the cold, over a campfire. You don't have to fight to get them back apart in the mornings if you're going to break down camp. That is always a really good thing. But, as far as like cast iron and cooking over the top of them, it's really great. Now, one thing, though, that I would love to see, and I think Scooter would too, like I've said, Lodge, we're not sponsored by those guys, but we like a lot of their products and stuff with cast iron cookware and stuff. I wish they would make a grill grate that one side of it was actually solid flat metal, and then the other side had the grates. It'd be really great if you were going to just fry bacon in the morning over the fire, or sausage. It would also be great for smaller pieces of cookware and things, or the possibility of frying like maybe bologna out there. That way you don't have to get the skillet out. You can fry right on top of your grill grate if you had a half solid grate and then the broken bar grate on the other side. That'd be a really neat idea in my opinion. But you guys know they don't call and say, hey, you're a product tester. I wish we were here at the Crockett Coonhound Show, because we use a lot of their products. But I've got other things coming, guys. I'm going to tell you about it. Now, like I said, Scooter and myself, we can look at the demographics. We know a lot of you ladies follow us that enjoy the outdoors. A lot of you are just interested in, cooking utensils and things to use on, if you're going to cook on a fire pit in the back. I mean, that's what's ideal about our cooker. The metal grates that you see that you can buy at your big box retail stores, and you can just get sticks and things from the back and, make s'mores over them or hot dogs or whatever. That's the great thing about the particular grill grate that we use by Lodge. If you look at how the legs stand out at the angle that they're at, they will fit over one of those small grates really well. So, if you do in fact want to sit there on the back patio and have a fire and then put it over it, maybe even just keep your coffee warm, you have that ability with it. Where a lot of different grill grates, they won't stand up that high. Or the worst things, we've noticed it at quite a few big events. We noticed it at Davy Crockett Days. I spoke with a young lady out there. The legs of the particular cooking system she had was very flimsy. And when she put a good solid, like Lodge Dutch oven on it and it was hanging above the fire, the weight of it, you could see it bowing the legs in. And I mean, you know, nobody wants to spend a couple of hours cooking over an open fire to only have it fall into the flame and the ashes, you know. But we've got other things coming, guys. You know, some other reviews and stuff over coffee pots for the outdoors. You know, nothing like a little cowboy coffee when you're out camping. Get you up and going in the morning time. We're going to talk about some of that. We're going to talk about other grill systems besides just the tripod hanging types. You know, a lot of folks like a small grill grate that just has like two legs. They sit a lot closer to the fire and things. You don't build as big of a fire. Or you can, in fact, you know, go all old school, dig you a hole in the ground, build you an air tunnel from the side, cook like that. Keep the flame and stuff down at nighttime. Nobody sees that as much, not as much smoke. And you know, they're really good for things like that. You know, of course, there's different fire starting techniques. I know a lot of you guys have seen some of my videos on, you know, rocks and things in order to start fires, you know, like flint sparkers and stuff. But we've got quite a few things coming for you guys. We're going to talk more about some of the other videos, you know, the Swedish torch and all of these things and cooking on top of those. Kind of waiting until the weather clears up a little bit for those. We've had some mighty nasty weather here in Tennessee in the last month or so. But anyways, with that being said, guys, if you're looking for a really good out on the fire cooking system, you know, the one that we use for everybody that has asked us now for years, who's it made by and everything, it is made by the Lodge Company, and it is their large tripod grill grate. And I'll show you one more time so you can see the cooking area and stuff. That way, if you want to go looking for one, you know, a good quality one to buy. So I hope that helps some of you guys at home. I'm going to make this video kind of short and sweet tonight, but like I always say, guys, remember, especially when it comes to grill grates and cooking over an open fire, always remember, stay safe on the water, stay safe in the woods. You guys have a great day.